The Barnsdale Tunnel is 1,226 yards in length, and it was opened on the 20th of July 1885. There are 3 air shafts present at 310, 630 and 930 yards from the western entrance, and the tunnel itself, it closed in April 1959. And looking at railmaponline.com, you can see that orange line streaking its way from the bottom left hand corner to the top right hand corner, and that would be Hull off in that right hand side direction. The road going from top to bottom is the A1, and we're entering Barnsdale Tunnel and the western portal and hoping to make it all the way through, and I don't see why we wouldn't, all the way through to the eastern portal. Let's jump to this old map, and you can see this is when the railway wasn't long constructed. This is dated around about 1900, this particular map, and just these little markers, what I'll show you now, is where the air shafts are located on this route where the tunnel goes. Now this is probably the best I've ever managed to light up a disused railway tunnel, so I hope you'll come along with me and enjoy Barnsdale Tunnel. So we're in the western portal of Barnsdale Tunnel, 1,226 yards in length. South Emsall is over there, the A1 is right at the other portal that we're hopefully going to make it to the other end. I don't see why not. It's nice and straight, so we shouldn't get lost, but it is pretty dark in there. Got 2 lights with me. Notice straight away you've got the portal just there. We're going around about a dozen or so feet, and then there's a second, well, basically another line of brick, double depth, going all the way over. So there's quite a bit of very, very old graffiti on both sides. Look at it, it's very, very, well, it's been there a good number of years, you can really see that. Not sure how many recesses there are, plenty more names and words on the opposite side. But there's the first refuge. Now I am going to try and keep count of the refuges, and I say that in absolutely every single tunnel that I do. And this is the second one on the left hand side. And we will find that later on there are actually holes in many of these refuges, these recesses, and that was because they've been checking the stone behind. They've been doing and taking samples. We'll see some of them a little bit later on. And if I light it up looking forward, you can see that perfect straight line. You can see all the various colours on both sides. We've got red brick, we've got blue brick, both sides. There's the 4th recess on that side. If I take the beam away, you can see that better if I just put the flood on it. Absolutely amazing. I mean, look how far the names are going in. I have to see if we can find some old dates on either side. And that wall there, that doesn't look like it's been done that long ago. It's been patched up, hasn't it? I think this is the 7th refuge. I've lost count. It's in quite a mess down here, look, but a lot of that has come from up the top there. It's where brick has crumbled and it has fallen. If we go over here, you can see one of those holes that I was telling you about earlier, because we did walk through previously and we saw these. And that, it looks like that's where they've been taking those samples behind. Pushing on just beyond there, you can see where there's been some sort of mechanical equipment coming through those thick tyre marks, and also some calcite deposits on the left-hand side. And if we light it up going forward again, you can make out how uneven the ground is, the former track bed all over the place, where it's all been scooped and moved around from left to right, forwards to backwards. Now there are 3 shafts in this tunnel, and hopefully we'll get to see them, but they are all capped off, all covered. I've also just noticed at this point there are white marks equidistant apart. Some kind of measurements have been put on the ceiling of the tunnel as we go down. I wonder if they are all the way through. I'll keep an eye out. So currently 200 yards in, look. Some slight little gaps. And a bit of a bulge going on just there as well. You can't really make it out, but it is there, and that's probably why the brick may have split somewhat. Another refuge, look. Great big gaping hole. We get in there and have a look at that stone. This is lighting up beautiful today, isn't it? Got that inspection, that sampling hole just there. We can't be very far from the very first shaft as well as we push on forward. More white markings on the roof just there, and the ones that's also equidistant apart on the ceiling are still present too, as I believe we're not far from shaft number 1. So we found the very first shaft coming from the western portal where we began. It's wooden, or it's actually metal corrugated steel with 4 rods going across like a whole piece of railway line. And then I believe that is concreted off at the top. If I take the light away, look, you can see that pin of light. Unsure what that's for, maybe for bats to get in or out, I don't know, because the portals are open. So I don't see why that would be the case. Here's the official sign on the opposite side. If I get you closer and shine the light on it, there we go. Doesn't look like that's been put there long ago, but that's Department for Transport, Hull and Barnsley Railway. So just here, look, we've got ourselves a capped off shaft. So the A1 is a stone throw in that direction over there. Still got its number on the side, but I can't make that out. Anybody knows what that may have been at one time? I believe there's 3 of these, and they're all very, very similar. Let's go around to the other side. Yeah, they're all similarly capped off, exactly the same. Right, going to push on forward. We've seen the first shaft coming from the west, which is actually the 3rd shaft for the tunnel. So let's go and find the 2nd shaft where we know we're pretty much going to be halfway through. And then it's out towards the eastern portal. Some really nice deposits just here. Notice all the way through as well, they're not cable carriers, but there are little sections of blue piping. Another one there. and although they're spaced out, they do continue pretty much all the way along. On the ceiling, the white marks have gone, so those equidistant ceiling marks that we saw have all disappeared. More very colourful deposits just here. It's like a work of art the way that nature inside these tunnels deposits all this calcite. Coming up to another refuge, look, decorated all around. There we go, shaft number 2. It's looking very dark and black. You can just make out a pin of light again at the top. Look, I'll shine the larger torch up there in a moment. So this is number 2. It's number 2 from whichever direction you come from, because there are only 3 of them. And here's the marker on this side as well. Look, Department for Transport, Hull and Barnsley Railway, shaft number 2. Again, it's got that corrugated steel, and there are 5 beams going across the top. I said there was 4 in the previous one, but I was incorrect there. There was actually 5, as my company pointed out to me. So thank you, Richard. That's all right, Richard. So you just hear there's some more of those blue pipes coming out. Look, one there, one there. They're a completely different higher level. Look, there's 2 of them. And there's another one below amongst all these deposits that's formed on the brickwork. So, not sure what they'd be for, to be honest. Answers on the comments below would be really interesting, because I've never seen that before, ever. I mean, it must be something to do with allowing water to escape from the rock behind and the land, which stops it from piercing and penetrating the brickwork and the mortar. Bit of a patchwork job just there by the looks of it. Or is it just soot that's fallen off? Actually, it probably actually is soot that's fallen off. Look on the ground. You see where the soot's on the wall there, on the dirt and the black. It's not really there, but where that red brick's showing, it is in fact on the ground. So 3rd and final shaft just there. Look, you can see that pin again, and this time it looks like it's wooden planks which are going across the top, and there are 3 reinforcing beams going across the top. I'll take the light away for a second. There you go, look, you can see my arms, which look like a giant hand with an eye. I'll put that back on again, and you can see the very top, and it is different to the other 2. So that's the 3rd and final shaft of Barnsdale Tunnel. So here we go, look, we've found Karen's spring. I think it's actually Sharon's spring. So apologies to any Karens out there watching this. This isn't your spring, it's actually Sharon's. I don't know if you want to debate that amongst yourselves, Karens and Sharons. If we have a look inside, I might be able to light that little hole. Now if I shine my torch inside, you can just make out the flow of water coming out. It is depositing itself just down there looking. It's probably just absorbed into the ground because there's no real flow going away from it. So I'm going to push on now, and you can see it's gone very, very red brick-like. And that is where the brick has in fact crumbled away at this section. Look at the state of this. If I take the beam away, there we go, you can see that a bit better now, a lot more smoother with the flood shine on it. Look at the state of that refuge just there. If I shoot you over to the other side, it's not as bad, but you can still see where it has crumbled in places. So I'm not sure, I think we're at 900 yards. I can just make that out just there. Yes, so we're 900 yards in, so only around about 300 to go. And you can clearly see the portal coming into view. A lot more crumbled brick on this side as well, look. It's extraordinary, that must be really a lot of water ingress that's probably gone into that brickwork, and it's on both sides as well, look. Take the beam away again, and shine the flood down. There's loads of it, look. This refuge has actually had some recent repair work done to it, look. This looks like it's been done in the last few days or weeks. That is very, very new. A little bit on this side as well, look. So they are still finding reason to look after this tunnel. Why not just let it crumble like the rest of it? So what is the purpose? Interesting, isn't it? And here we are at the eastern portal. I can hear the busy A1 road right behind me. So again, at this end, look, we've got the portal opening just there, goes in a certain amount, and then there's that second line of brick all the way across and down to the other side. And it's pretty good because if you do happen to get lost inside this tunnel, and I know somebody potentially could, not him. That's Richard, by the way, that fell down the embankment at Kettleness. He is still alive. Just. If you ever get lost, there's an arrow showing you the way out. Look at that. And out the door. So I'll show you the portal on the outside. Scamper around. And that's what it looks like. Beautiful, isn't it? I'll pull you back just a little bit and you can see it a bit better. There we go. So I do hope you enjoyed this video of 1,226 yards of Barnsdale Tunnel. I think we managed to light it up the best we ever actually have done with a tunnel with the equipment that we bought today. Absolutely brilliant. Like, subscribe, comment below. Any suggestions, also comment below. And if you know if they are doing potential repairs to this tunnel for any reason, like we saw with the refuge and all the various markings going all the way through, comment below too. See you in the very next one. Bye bye.
Who the hell are you?
Exploring the past and the present.
I know you're in the past, present or future right now.
Present.
Okay, you?
Eleanor Wonders.
Do you? What do you think about?
Well, I'm partnering with Cat right now, so.
What about you?
What about me?
Yeah. You're that guy that fell over on that embankment at Kelleness Tunnel, aren't
on
you?
that embankment, yeah, I'm just in here doing a bit
I
of
better,
work, a bit of DIY
Oh,
work.
good. What are you doing?
I'm just putting some nails in walls.
Okay, enjoy.
Thank you.
Sharon's spring. So sorry if there's any Karens out there watching this, it isn't your spring. You can see the natural water flow coming out of there. Look, I don't think I can really... Oh, there you go. Just see inside, look. I'm not freaking filming. Did I film any of that? So we're in the western portal. So we've got South Ensel over there. Did you hear that? So we've reached the first shaft from the western side of the tunnel portal where we began. It's got a slight pin of light coming through. Let's move that away. There we go. Ignore the shadows behind me. That's just Richard pretending to be an oyster or something. If I put the light back on again, there we go. Was that you?
What?
Oh, it was you. Hang on. You can't see it, but I can see it on my phone. Look on my screen. Or is that me?
That's you, that's
Is
not
it?
me.
Oh, I just blamed you. If we have a look inside, I might be able to light that little hole. So let's have a look inside Sharon's hole. And we can just make out where that water is coming out and depositing itself. So we're in the